Video I want to show you or update you, especially those who have enrolled on my course, update you on how to use the 2-inch pipe for the flotation system. If you have been enrolled in the course or if you have been following the teachings on this YouTube channel or on the course, you will realize that I've been using 3-inch pipe for the filtration. If you understand the three, those who don't understand or don't know much about pipes, this is the 3/4. I'm using 3/4, sorry, not 2-inch, 3/4 pipe. If you don't understand, this is a 3/4 pipe. Usually, the first ones we're using this as an outlet, and we're making the flotations to connect that to that. But the challenge was that this pipe is too small, and for that matter, waste is not passing through so much. Also, if this pipe is in your outlet, and the fish pond, as you all know, at least 10,000 liters of water in the pond. To drain it, in fact, you need hours. But there were times that when I was to drain the water in my farm, in fact, I'll open it up in the evening before I go home. So by the time I get back to the farm in the morning, the water is drained out. Sometimes not even completely. So imagine how tedious and laborious this was. Now we graduated to 2-inch pipe, and this is the 2-inch pipe. Sometimes some use 1-inch pipe, and this is it for faster growth. However, uh, even despite using 2-inch, 3/4 for the outlets or 2-inch for the outlet, it was difficult to use 3/4 in the flotation pipe. So why did I graduated to use 2-inch to do this as well? There was one farm I installed, and then the pipe, when I went there for the first installation I was to do, the pipe was in 2-inch for the outlet of the pond. Meanwhile, I made the flotation system with 3/4 this pipe. So I thought it was only 3/4 that can do. Now, it was a big deal. I got a reducer. If you don't know a reducer, this is a reducer. So I reduced the 2-inch pipe from the pond outlet to the filter. But something happened. The filtration was going on well, normal, and everything was okay. Then it got to a time when water comes in here, it was just small. And then the pump will just take the water into the pond, leaving it empty. So that's off the pump. So the owner of the farm called me, and I went back to the farm to find out the issue. You know, later you see that we always make a union to connect this and disconnect so that if there's any problem. So when I went there and I disconnected it, I didn't see any issue. So I disconnected where the union is kept or the reducer is kept to reduce the water, only to find dead fingerlings, that block the water and the waste from coming to this container. And the reason was that because this 2-inch is big, connected to the pond outlet, it is a big one and there's enough space for everything or all the waste to go. Now, and immediately a point, this is kept. So it becomes very narrow. So the fish was able to pass through here smoothly. But when it got here, it couldn't. It blocked. So water and waste cannot come. So the filtration therefore was not doing. Then I went there and I said, then there should be a way out. That was when I experimented this and it worked. And I've been doing that since. And I always even use this for atlas of the pond as well as the filtration system, especially if I'm the one who is building the farm. Now, this farm that I am currently, it is all working already. So they have the outlet which is 2-inch. It is 2-inch, but I pre-made this to have this is 1-inch, sorry, 1-inch outlet. My Apple made this to go with 2 inch. I got here and it's 1 inch. This one I can confidently reduce and there's no problem because the narrow or the smaller pipe is actually come from the pond. So the waste will be coming. And then when it gets here, it expands. So that means that even if there's something that's able to pass through this smaller pump and it gets here, and then it's even best way for it to run out. Yes. Another important of using this is that it drains the water so fast. If it like here, if I go to wash it out, there are times that it will take you 10 minutes to flush it out because the water is not going faster. But this one, boom, you are good to go. So now this is what I'm going to do. So often I just connect it direct from the 2 inch from the pond outlet to the filter all in 2 inch. So I just put 2 inch union and that's fine. But in this is the case, we have to reduce it to 1 inch. However, it says the same. So what I have to do it, I'll take you through step by step. Now, this hole is made already. You'll be wondering how do I come by that? It's simple. Um, I just use beads. This is that's why it's good to have tools. This is 2 inch one. Yeah, as you can see. So usually I just use this. Rather this one. Yes, because I'm going to use tank connector. So tank connector is quite bigger than this. So I just use this. Put it in my drill. Drill. Someone said drill machine. Put it here and make it. Now, if you don't have that, don't worry too much. You can just simply use small saw blade to cut this. Sometimes when I don't have it, I use a saw blade to cut it, and it's fine. But the drill works or it moves smoother. So that's it. Now you have seen how I've shown you how we've gotten this 2 inch hole or drill out. Now, now these are our fittings. In order to get this connected to the pipe, we have this we call tank connector. This is tank connector. If you watch the one I used to the quarter, they're almost the same, just that the sizes varied. This is tank connector. So I'll put it here and attach it. Now, watch out step by step. This ring, rubber ring is very important. If you don't place it well, the water will leak. If you place it well and you attach it well, it will not leak. So now you can put it this way. Sometimes it's removing. Sometimes some people even use super glue to just put at the edge and let it firm. Though I have the super glue, but I just want to do it the normal way. If, like I said, if you don't place it well, the water will be leaking. And there's always a hole where you put it in. So now I'll put it this way and I'll tie this inside. Hold the inside so that the ring is well placed. Later we'll use the gas plier to tighten it very well. If not well tightened, it will leak. So now I'll do this again. Hold it well and tighten it. Make sure it is placed well. Checking the ring inside to make sure that it is in the middle. Now this is fine because the water comes in faster and moves off faster. With the 2-inch, I always use 2. If you observe or if you watch the one I used to the quarter, that lesson at the outlet of the filtration system, I usually have one down here and another one here and connect it to here so that both will move faster. But this one, it even move faster than we thought, so there's no need for that. Now, having gotten this, you cannot put the pipe directly like this. You can't because uh, they're having this thread. So now what you do to be able to connect the pipe is to connect this what we call valve socket. This valve socket. And to do that, you need to apply. So this one you don't use glue. You just apply thread tape to it. You don't apply thread tape and you put it, water will be following the thread and be dropping and be leaking. So you apply thread tape to this. So it's tightened. So with the thread tip, when you tighten it in, it will not leak. So I'll do the same to this side too. Why? Did I use all my ingredients? Okay, okay. I've got another one here. So now, where's my thread tip? So I will apply the thread tip here again. I'll apply here again. I'll tight it in. I'll tight it in. So like I said, the thread tape will prevent it from leaking. Now, this sometimes difficult to use a free hand to tight it well. We have what we call gas plier. In fact, I forgot to bring my gas plier as I was going for this work. I left the north and I'm at Accra, so I'm doing this work at Accra. So I left my gas plier at home, so I just bought this one. This one, and it's not that costly. I just bought it 63 Ghana cedis. The price is still on it. So with this, you can tight it so that it will firm. So tight both here and this one. So especially this one. For this one, the thread tip If it doesn't go to that person, it will be fine. So you put it this way, hold it, and sometimes I finish installing in the pond. Then after everything is connected, then I attach it. So this is how you attach it. And I do the same to this one again. Like I said, sometimes it's difficult to tie it with your free hand. See that it's going further. By my free hand, it won't go in again. Even with this stage, it won't leak again. So you do the same to this side too. Uh-huh. Okay, it's starting. So let me tie this one too. Yes. So now, one of the reasons or disadvantages is that this is costly. In fact, it's costing more than uh, the terracotta, the items of this. For instance, certain places, I'll put Evolve at the back. Certain places, Evolve is 60 cities. Certain places, 65. This certain places, 40, 50 cities. Certain places, 55, and all that. And you're going to buy all that. But it worth it. So now, having got to this, I'll cut my pipe. Now, to join. This one, I need it. It doesn't have any specific measurement. However, I just want it to be close to the pond as possible, but also give a space in case of future want to reconnect. So now I'll just cut short pipe, yes, to connect these things together. So now I'm going to connect uh to the back, that is the outlet. So now um I'm going to connect this. This is called air box that controls the water. Lock, open. If I lock, have you seen the ball air box that blocks? If I go to the water will go. Anyways, so I'm going to connect it to the outlets of this pump. And to do that, remember I told you earlier, I couldn't just put the pipe direct here. That's why I kept this valve socket. So now I'll connect this there. And now I need my S&L glue. I need glue to do that to avoid leakages. This one is not having thread, so we can use thread tape. Only use thread tape for the thread, for those with the thread. Now, this glue is very hard after it held the container or the pipe, huh, and that will prevent it from leakages. So this, that remember I said it's an outlet, so it's going to be this side. So where the waste, when I lock it, water will not pass. Now, um, this one, if this were also direct with 2 inch, I'll just connect this 2 inch union, and by doing so I'll just do the same here. Connect the female one and connect the male here, one here, and connect it. But here, because this 1 inch, I want to reduce it. And to do that, um let me cut here again. I'll just cut a small pipe again. sure you are following. And this video won't give you everything about this, because the flotation or the RAS, it contains a lot of components, and this flotation is just one of the components, and this flotation to contain a lot. So this video is not covering everything, but it gives a basis. So if you want everything complete, you need to check out my DIY flotation aeration system course if you have not enrolled in that. If you're enrolled there already, continue. Now I want to do this, and here reduce. So I'll put my glue. I'll put my glue. So I'll put it here too as well. Okay, so this is it. So now what's next? I'm going to connect it to this one, and I'm going to use union. I want it to have a union where anytime I want to disconnect this, I can disconnect that. Now, because of that, I went and bought 1-inch pipe. I bought half. Meanwhile, I just needed a very short piece. Unfortunately, I could not get that short one, so I need to buy half pipe. So I'll just cut a small one as possible, but I want it to be close to the pond. So let me cut this out. So the pipe I'm currently cutting is 1-inch. If you go to any plumbing shop, whatever that you want, try to know the name. If you buy wrong things, it won't work. So I'll cut a small one like this. I'll cut a small one like this, and just to put it here. Now I bought 2-inch union. I want to use that. Yes, it's just like 10 series, but the union of this one, that I will tell you, big one, is somewhere 50 series, 60 series. Yes, that's what I'll tell you. But that's what I would have used if the outlet was also the same. So now I'm going to connect this one to the filter. Remember, this is how it goes. Yes. Sure, it's well put. Now I need to cut enough small one to join this one and that one. Hey, you didn't glue this place. Okay, anyway, so I will cut another small one here. So watch out. I'm going to put it here. Yes. So once you put the glue and it's dry, you can't remove it again. It becomes difficult, but that will prevent it from leaking. Now I'm going to put it here. As easy as that. So now this is the first filter container. So I'll do this, and boom, this is it. So you have this mesh filter that is inside this way. Then when the water with the whisk come here, when water and whisk come here, this mesh filter will filter it. Then it will come out here. Then we'll put a submersible pump. I'll pull it back. So I will explain that. So I'm going to make the second filter container as the top one. And see how it goes. But this one, we are done with it for now. So let me remove it for now and take it away. So we kept this so that you can always remove, put it back in case of future. Yes. Again, we have gotten to another interesting side. You remember the top water container in the previous video or the old version? We use metal frame to hold this. This container, you see the hose like this, is inside the pond with a frame holder this way. And then pump, submersible pump is connected to the filter that we make first, the down filter. When it filters, the pump will collect it, bring it into this, and then it will filter second time. So you need to be hanging this way. On the beginning of this, we use metal frame. I used to contact a welder to do that for me. And the frame is too big that it was difficult to transport. Yes. And also costly. The frame I was doing at 300 cedis, just one frame. But now we developed simple ways of using PVC pipes, which I will just buy the PVC pipe around 60 cedis or even less. I make this as easy as that. So now I'm going to show you how to do it step by step. Don't worry, these pipes were cut already, but I will show you how I can buy each of them. I did this before traveling to the farm site. Yes, before traveling to the farm site. So this will be away. Now I need these things. I'm going to use for 3 ones. Now this pipe, I cut it with 4 feet. For the measurement, it doesn't actually matter. It depends on the height of the pole. Actually, I did this with 3 inch. I cut it 4 inch, 4 feet long, and from the 4 feet, I take out 1 feet. You see how or why later. Later, you see why I did that. This makes it easier to transport. Now, you see holes here. You see here. I'm going to connect it as the stand. So keep watching. And you just use this. This is a cable, electrical cable, the one we're just using for electricity. But this one, there are different sizes. This is 2.5 mm. If I want it to be a bit harder, the 1.5 is always very flexible. I want it to be a bit harder. So I bought this. So I'll cut this into pieces. So here I'm using 3 legs, but so I'll cut it into 3. 1, 2. So this 2 for this one. So that means I need about 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Some of these things, when you are practicing, you learn them. So now, what I'll do is that I'll put this in this hole. I've created the holes. I just put it there. How to create the hole? I just put it here. Then see how it will fit. And I use my marker, temporal or permanent. I use permanent marker. Mark here, mark here, mark here, mark here. And that's all. So I just perfect hole, perfect hole, perfect. That's all. And depends. You can use either soldering iron or you can use drill. I have drill, so I just put the bit and then I'm good to go. So I'll put it this way. Sometimes if the holes are too small, it's difficult to, but if it is also too loose, it's not harder. So I'll put in all of them. Yes, yes. Keep watching. I'll do this. So because I'm doing this all the time, most of this is yes. I don't even have to think more at all. But there are things that I've been doing or to measure. So if you're a beginner, you may want to measure some of these things to get it accurate. Uh-huh. And those that have direct measurements, I mentioned that. But some, no, you just do it your own way. Like even the feet of the stance, like this one I told you, I did 4 feet. It depends. You may have 5, 3, depending on the height of the pond. Uh-huh. So now I'll put them here. This is just to hold it firm. We're using the metal frames. And we notice that the metal frames carrying it, for instance, from the northern region of Ghana to Greater Accra, it takes you'll be in a bus for sometimes more than 12 hours. So imagine you'll be carrying these metal frames in a bus and all this stuff. How much it will cost you and this stuff. But here I can easily get to Accra and buy my pipes, and that's all. So now after doing it this way, this way, watch out. So I'll just do this, let's do this. Then I'll use my plier to make it firm. Yes, you see. So I'll do that to all of them. So this one too, I'll just see. I'll just see. Keep watching because if you stop at this point, you will never understand anything. And like I said, the complete course is in the description. The complete course is in the description. So now, like I told you, it's the same thing that I'm doing over here. If you're not seeing in the camera, don't worry. What I just show you that I'm doing is the same thing. You see, I just tight it firm, and that's all. And that's all. So now I'll do this. I just want to. So now 1, 2, 3. It's not actually in the middle. I actually want it this hole. It's not in the middle of this. I didn't look at it well. It's supposed to be here so that it will be in middle. So let me drill hole here. Probably this is an opportunity for you to know how I get the drill holes. So now let me quickly do that, because if I put it here, it will not be in the middle. So it might be falling after that. I say it might. So be falling when you put it down. But it might not also fall, but prevention is better than cure. So I will do this. If I don't have this, you have soldering iron or whatever that can put the hose. You are good to go. Unfortunately, on my side, I have this. So I will just put this bit. I'll just put this bit. Okay. So now I want it in the middle here. So because I know where the holes are, so it will just be boom, boom. And I'll put whatever. Boom, boom. I'm done like that. So that's the same thing I used to get this hose for the water to be dropping. And that's it. I have that previous lesson. So this is the updated video. So if you don't know, you check it out. So now let me change the cables. This is longer. It doesn't matter where. However, I noticed that I made this hole wider. So you need a longer cable to support that. Okay. Yes. Yes. So yes. Yes. So as you know, same way. Same way. I prefer to use the wire. I mean the electrical cable because of rust. You know, you may use binding wire, okay, but it will rust and break faster. But this doesn't rust, and not only the rusting. This one too, when you look at it, it is actually will not took you compared to the other one. So now I'm going to use these 4 things to braise it. This is how it is. It can obviously stand. You need to braise it. And before we get there, this pipe, I'm going to get another one like that to serve as a braiser. Now, let me put my where's my measure? Yes, this one. So I'm going to get yes. So now this 17 centimeters. So I'm going to cut this. So I'm going to cut 20 centimeters. let's say it's going to be here. Watch out, I'm showing you something very important. So this will serve as a brace, keep it firm. Now I'm going to divide this into exact middle, not necessarily exact middle, but at least I'm going to divide it into equal parts. Maybe one side could be bigger or smaller, it doesn't matter. So keep watching. Keep watching. So I'm going to join this together. Where's this what I'm looking for? This is a brace. Now brace so that it will be stronger and can stand. Now you'll be wondering, watch out. Watch out how I'll put it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to direct this toward this one. It will direct toward this one. I can also do this one, it doesn't matter. Then I'll do this. However, the second one will match also direct to this one, the other one. So if you had used it to this will be this way. So it's going to be this way. Then watch out something. This will be in the middle of the two. You see, let me see something how it is. Now watch out. So I will have this. Am I too fast or I'm okay? Yes. So this will face this. You see? And then I'll put this one here. Put this here. Sometimes you need to push it harder. You see? Am I making sense? Now I'm going to put this way. Yes. And clearly you'll be getting your brace. Now this one and this way. So yeah, you remember I told you that the whole of this part it was 4 feet and I cut 150 each out. Now I'm going to put them this way. So this is how it is. I'll do this. I'll do this and I'll do this. Simple. I'll do this. I'll do this. We are gluing because we want it to be hard. Do this. Maybe if you are practicing for the first time, you may just put them there to see how they work before you put the glue. But for me, I'm not practicing again. It's something I've been doing over and over. You see now. Now I want to put end caps to the tips. The reason is that the sharp tips can tear the tarpaulin, or if it's not on a level ground, the fish can go inside there and die. So I'll just put the end caps. This one too, you may decide not to even glue them. Yes. So I'll put the end cap there. I'll put another end cap. I'll put another end cap. Now I put the lid. Now you can see done like that. So now I'll put the cover this way. Why is the cover not? Maybe I did one yesterday, or maybe I mistaken the covers. No, it's fine. Hmm. Anyway, it's supposed to be harder. If not, it will be removed. So and that is it. So I believe I mistakenly did the cover. But even if that's the case, it's not closing. There's a way out. And the way out is that you see there's a hole here. So I can just put, if not closing properly. I haven't experienced this before. I just experienced that the first time. So maybe I mistakenly used different cover for it. But whatever, you should always be innovative. Now, this is the case. I can use a cable to close it. Like here. There's a hole here, there's a hole here. So, where's my drill? Yes, I improvise. That's how we always have a plan B if something happens. So I can easily, there's a hole here, I can match it this way. You can match it this way. Now, I can't, let me put another one at this corner too. And to put that one at this corner, then just put the hole here, hole here. Then put the hole here, then put the hole here. So I can easily, oh, you're watching. I just experienced this for the first time and I'll find a way out. So you can easily do this. So I'll put it this way, or better still, I can use it this angle, and maybe, and then put it here, put it here. You see, and bind it together. Isn't that not the case? Like I said, I just experienced this for the first time, but I just also at the same time got a plan B, and I hope and strongly and firmly believe that it's going to work because it is working. Now, this seems like I cut it too small. So I've gotten this side too. Yes, you see, the cable is too short. The cable is too short. I need to get a long one. Cut a long one. But whatever, it is done. Very strong. That's it. Because waste is going to be there. And if it's so strong, it will always fall. Now, you see, it's standing. Hey. So now it's standing. I need to make where the pipe will be going. So I have to measure the length of the container to this side. So let me cut it 17 centimeters. So this one, I'm going to put an end cap to it. Yes, I will not glue it. It's going to be inside. And now I'm going to drill four holes. It's not necessary four. You can have 2 or 3, but I'll do this. I'll do this. Oh, sorry. That's why I will be careful. Yes. So I'll leave it like that. Now, what I'll do is that let me see in the container. So I'm going to put it this way. It will come out in the bottom. Then I'll put in the water hose here. That will be pumping the water out into there. And that is it. So finally, this is how we are going to have it. So now this frame 2 is done. As you can see, very strong and standard. Now we just apply. So this is together what I have just made. Have you seen? Yes. And the flotation is almost done. Now you think that's all? We can just this alone will not help you because the medium that's going to flatten it. How is it? How do you make it? If you want all that, enroll in the DIY recycle aquaculture course. And I'll guide you a lot. This video is even updating the course that we made earlier. So now we are now going to make the aeration. But before then, let me just complete it for you. So now this is how it is. So this this is the submersible pump that is going to be inside to pump the water. This one, you buy it. Yes, sure, you buy it. So you have this like this. You have this like this. The pumps, submersible pumps mostly comes in different types and ways. So this will be connected, as you can see. Then it will be here, and this one will be connected to here. And that's how it's going to be going. That's the water. So we are also filling up. So the pump will then pull it back into this second filter. This is another second filter, and then the water is dropping down. And that's how it also works. So this contain filter medium. That filter second filter. This container to contain another filter. So it has supposed to be always be firm like this. So water will be coming out and then it will be full. So it has to always be this way. Now The water level in this pond is always equivalent to the water level in the container. So we will make sure that you get the water level filled up to get this container. If it comes too much, maybe above here, it must overflow here. So we always use this to measure the level you should fill it up. So we're still filling it up, but that's how it works. So once a while, this container, you need to wash it and flush the waste out. And to wash it, you will just lock here, so that more water will not be coming to the container. Then when no water is no more coming, you allow the pump to take the water back, leave small. Then you open here. So when you open here, the water will be going out. Then you just use something to stir so the fizz will go out. And then that's all. You can turn this one and wash the filter or the medium, or you do that another day. This one, it takes longer time to get dirty because the second filter. But when it is dirty, you see the water will not be falling out again. And you can pick it up, wash it properly, and then put it back again, and it's working properly. So that's how the two works. So now the two are supposed to be working together, the filter and the aerator. So, and that's how it show effectiveness. Okay. This is how the aerator pumps works. This is the pump. Then let's plug it in. It's plugged in. So let's turn it on. Now, have you seen the bubbles going? This is sucking the air. Let me take another pump and see how pushing around. See how the water is going. And the bubbles are forming. So you see how the water is going, the bubbles are forming. So when it is working and the bubbles are not going, or the water is not circulating, it means that it's not working properly. However, it depends on the depth of the pump. If the pump is too deep, you might not be seeing the effectiveness, but it will be working. But at least you will see small bubbles. So the best way is the pump is always supposed to be fully submerged in water. So because of that, I'm going to off it now. We are still filling up the pond to cover the pond. So anytime the pump is not covered or it's not fully covered, it means that you should feed the water. Otherwise, the pump can burn, and if it burns, you have to change new one. So always make sure that it's full submerged in water. So because of that, I'll off it now. But I just want to show you how it works as we still top up the water to get to fill up the pump.